everybody, it's time to LOL. Listen out loud, that is. It's time for Anime Jam Session with DJ Ranma S, Mako-chan, and Ari Rockefeller.
Hey everybody, welcome to Anime Jam Session, episode number 592. We are that podcast talks about anime, games, conventions, the fandom, geek stuff, and everything in between. I'm DJ Ranma S.
And I'm Ari Rockefeller.
Normally, Mako-chan would be joining us, but unless you're like an ostrich and your head is stuck in the friggin' dirt or something like that, we're kind of under air quality alert here. Basically, all of New York is under like air quality alert. In case you haven't heard, there is a massive brush fire in like Quebec, Nova Scotia area. And it's really bad.
All the dust and whatnot is coming along your way, isn't it?
Yeah, you're telling me. Oh, man. Oh. So, there's that. Where Mako lives, there is a brush fire about 4 miles from her that's coming up. And, wait, hold on. They're saying my audio is not coming through. Let me see what the heck's going on here. Audio, video settings. It should be fine now. All right, audience mix should be set. All right, let me check settings here. My apologies on that. Audio. All right. It should be fine now. Sorry about that. I had the wrong setting set up, so my bad. My apologies on that. Okay. So to summarize, for those who are lip syncing, Mako is not here tonight due to the brush fires. New York is under like a severe air quality alert due to the brush fires coming from Canada. We're talking Quebec and Nova Scotia, that area. The smoke is coming down here. The smell is coming down here. It's real. It's I don't want to say it's really bad, but it's coming down here. So you know.
And you still have to deal with it.
Yeah, and where Mako is, there is another brush fire about 3-4 miles from her house coming up. So all this smoke is too much for her to deal with. So she bailed out. She may join us a little bit later if she's feeling better. As for me, I'm doing good. For those of you who don't know, normally I would do the show with these curtains open and my front door open with a nice wind coming in. But it's so bad I had to close the front door. And there's a window right in front of the computer. I normally have it wide open. It's only open like 1.5 inches because I have a piece of wood there to keep it open. If I close it, it'll turn into a freaking sauna and I would not be able to work too well. So, you know. And as Theo X75 says, the smoke from Canada and the smell from New Jersey is a horrible combo. Yes, it is. And to be perfectly honest, there are people in Philly that are dealing with this. That on top of the grease from Pat and Gino's is not helping any. So well, I
haven't felt any of it, mostly because I stayed inside like all day.
What, are your windows open or closed?
They're closed.
Okay, lucky you. Lucky you. All right, so. Oh man, Ari, how are you doing tonight? Lord, oof.
I got my own problems to deal with, and they're not fun either.
Hear that? As for me, normally I'm doing good. Right now, I'm just like, oh, jeez, that smoke. There's gonna be times on this. The podcast listeners won't notice, but there's gonna be times I'm gonna have to mute the mic as I'm hacking up a lung because of the smoke that's coming in, and I might have to close the window and risk this place heating up. So thankfully I have a big old thing of water here in this thing here. It is really rough out here in these streets. So we're alive tonight, week of June 6th, 2023. We're here live Tuesdays from 9 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Ooh, and where did the year go? You'll always find us here at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session. We're also part of the Voice of Geeks Network at vognetwork.com. And they're also here on Twitch at Twitch TV/VOG Network. They kick things off on Sundays at 8 p.m. with the Bobby Blackwolf Show, followed by Orange Lounge Radio at 9. And our Discord, vognetwork.com/Discord. Every show that's part of the Voice of Geeks Network has a channel, so come through, hang out, and have some talks. It'll be great. And now we're going to go back and forth with how was your week? How was your day, Ari?
Well, today I got paid, which was always fun. But I most of that's spent on bills already. But yesterday I went out to the Rainbow and Flag, and I was just gonna ask him, like, how long does it take? Like, how long in advance can I what do you call it? Have my order, have my order delivered in 2 weeks. And I was telling the sales lady what I wanted, and I also had to get a new mattress. So in about 2 weeks, I'm gonna have all new furniture in here, and this bedroom's gonna look a whole lot nicer. Because this bureau and this nightstand I've had for as long as I can remember. I'm like talking about like 3 or 4 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And the runners are all gone. It's beat to shit, and I'm just tired of looking at it. I should have gotten rid of it a long time ago, but what can you do? This weekend was especially hectic for work, mostly because trying to find people and trying to find people who want to come in and work overtime.
Mm-hmm.
When they don't want to is huge pain in the ass. And I had a huge traffic emergency at a exit 3, which it was similar to a truck had rolled over, taking a turn because its load was imbalanced, and it skidded on the street for a few yards for a while, just stopping like 10-15 yards from the plaza. Only like cars get around like one at a time, very slowly. But the woman in it had been through something like that years ago, and when she called me up to report it, she was freaking out, and it was clearly PTSD. So I had to send her home early because I'm not going to make her work through all that.
Right.
And well, just trying to find people like on short notice like that just made it even worse. And I'm just like, oh, what the hell is wrong with these people? Also, on Sunday, I worked a double.
Right.
Which wasn't too bad because, well, the Labor Day week, the Memorial Day, and this double will be on the same paycheck, so the next one I get is going to be pretty nice.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
But other than that, I've just been in a ton of pain today because I woke up and it just felt like someone just like stomped down really hard on the left side of my left foot.
Right.
And I can barely walk on it. Like, I haven't left my apartment all day. And, just trying to like elevate and whatnot, not use it as much as possible, but it still just hurts so much. And it's not like I woke up in the middle of the night screaming. It's just like, hey, I just woke up at a normal time, like, hey, I guess, like, hey, what's a status ailment? You want to do in your new status film? You know what the new status ailment on your foot is? What? Yes. And it's just been so freaking painful. Hopefully it'll be gone by tomorrow, but who knows?
I feel you with that.
Mm-hmm. Plus, tomorrow this one sports shit poster I watched, Tom Grossi, is doing a 30 for 30 each, NFL stadium, like one per day in the month of in the month of June. And tomorrow he's going to be in Philadelphia, and I'm hoping that my foot's going to be good enough to walk around on, because that sounds like something I'd want to go to.
Okay.
Also, I do have an Eagles jersey I want to wear out, so there's that. But yeah, that's how things have been going for me.
Gotcha. So let me adjust this a little bit. There we go. Good. So my weekend day has been about the same, more or less. At work, I was part of a project to basically replace all the printers in the office, which is like 3 floors and a corner of a 4th one. Over the last couple of weeks, we've been installing the new printers and setting them up. So I spent 4 hours on Wednesday making sure all the new printers that were plugged in, that they can print and they can work. And then Thursday, spent another 3 to 4 hours telling the guys where all the printers were that need to be tagged and bagged and pulled out. Just to find out, I think yesterday, one of the printers was not set up properly. But that's all said and done. That's good. Stayed home to continue to work on cosplay photos. And as I said, ZenkaiCon is complete. Saturday, Castle Point's done. I will be working on Sunday Castle Point this week. And hopefully this weekend, I should be able to knock out KoguraCon and CloverCon. And I know I have like 3 or 4 different photo shoots I've done. I need to work on after that. And once all that's done, I have some con videos to edit and upload. Once those are done, I can relax. I can play video games. I don't have to worry about anything until ShikariCon in August. So, yeah. So, that's all there is. And I think if I don't take deep breaths, I can tolerate the smell of smoke coming in and out of my house. If you're on my personal Facebook, I posted a video of my commute home, a 30-second commute, of how it looks at 7 o'clock. And it should not look like that. If you're not on my personal Facebook, I may post this to my main Facebook page, my page, DJ Ron Mass. If you follow me on Mastodon, mastodon.social at DJ Ron Mass at mastodon.social, videos posted there. And it's on my personal Twitter account, might as well say it, Wild Horse 1978. I don't really advertise that, but the video is there. So this is what I was dealing with coming in. So this morning, when I left the house, it was okay. When I got to work, there was the remnants of rain, so it wasn't so bad. I kind of smelled some, couldn't figure out what it was. And I'm seeing what's going on social media, and I'm just like, okay. And then when I left today, I was like, oh, wow, it's gotten really bad. So I'm kind of hoping they send an email telling everybody to work from home because of this air alert. But given that we're mostly indoors, I don't see that happening. So it's it, and that's that. We're going to go ahead. Actually, no, why would I hit back? Go to the next one. I'm going to get into some housekeeping news here. I just wanted to let you all know that episodes of Anime Jam Session are available on our YouTube page, youtube.com/Anime Jam Session. All older episodes are there. So you go to youtube.com/Anime Jam Session, click on playlists and podcast VODs, and you will find all episodes there. Be nice. Close all of these out. For some reason, trying to get to... There we go. For those of you who are wondering what's taking so long for the ticker to go up, this was designed to work with a Stream Deck. I don't use a Stream Deck. I use an AverMedia's Nexus controller because it's a Stream Deck with a built-in mixer. It works, but sometimes I have to tell it to refresh in order for it to go up and down instead of it going automatically. It's web coding, but you know, it's not all that bad. Let's see here. Let's see what else we have here. That's right. Conventions. Like I said, we're a bit on a break right now, but when we come back from break, our first convention back is ShikariCon, August 19th to the 20th in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. ShikariCon.com. Check it out. Show them a little love. We'll be there. I am hoping to run a couple of panels. That'll be fun. If not, we'll still have fun nonetheless. So there's that. Next up is Geek Roundtable. This is where we talk more about the geekier aspects of our life. So, what we've been doing the last week and what was cool in geekiness for us last week. So, Ari, what do you have for our Geek Roundtable?
I couldn't bring too much in because everything else is in the other room, and it hurts too much to walk around. But I want to show you off the gamer stuff that I had ordered now that I've had it for a while. This is a passion. I see it. Yeah. Passion fruit punch, and I wasn't kidding when they it showed really little scoops. Look at that. It's like 1.5 milligrams there about.
Mm-hmm. Actually, one of my friends, I think she sells gamer subs on her website. You know, I like.
Does she have her own flavor?
I have. Probably. I wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I got this one caffeine free because the usual ones have a lot of caffeine in it. But it also doesn't have the kind of stuff that's in like Monster or Red Bull or anything like that.
Yeah, it's like the natural caffeine. And the thing is, the reason why they have so much caffeine, it's supposed to help you while you work out. That caffeine is supposed to give you that extra energy to keep working. Sometimes.
But yeah, the passion fruit's really good, very tasty, nice and sweet too. Like you can do it one scoop, but for a shaker this size, doing two isn't all that big of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
But still, like even though I got this for like $36,
yeah,
it's still 37 cents a scoop.
That's not bad.
Well, and 2 scoops in a serving, that's 74 cents. Meanwhile, a Red Bull or a Monster is like $3.50 and up.
See, the thing is about the Red Bulls and Monsters. I don't know anybody who does workouts and stuff with those. I really don't know anyone who buys them in bulk, to drink on the regular. Those are good when you're like on the go somewhere. You just need like a quick hit of energy, They're not the gamer subs and the G Fuel and stuff like that. Those were more designed for streamers who are gaming for hours upon hours. You just need something to keep you going. And the way those are designed, personally, I think you could probably use them as for workouts as well. So that's just me.
I haven't gotten that far yet.
Okay. Huh.
But
have you? I thought you've been going to the gym.
I have, but I'm not using the friggin' gamer subs to hydrate. I have a separate water bottle that I just use on the. I just fill up with the water fountain there. It's fine.
Okay. I would say next time.
I'm still going, obviously.
Well, that's good. I would say next time you go to the gym, you should fix one of those up and just see if there's a difference.
Possibly.
It could be also a placebo effect. Who knows?
Yeah.
All right. So
what do you got?
Oh, I'm just gonna straight up say it. Collector's edition of the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Nice.
Evidently, it came out a week early, and Best Buy broke street date.
They weren't supposed to?
Yeah, it was supposed to come out till next week, but I was hearing originally it was supposed to come out today. My copy showed up on Sunday. And the thing that kind of bothers me, you could probably hear it, but the CD, the disc in here is not secure and it's floating around. And a part of me does not want to open up this steelbook just to find out, but I am planning to order the Walmart version because their steelbook is a star. It's shaped like a star, and I want to get a normal 4K version that crack open and watch. I'm probably gonna end up doing that. But what's interesting is the release dates on those aren't until November. But I'm going to assume those are just placeholders because it's all coming out next week. So we will see. So that's that for that aspect. As for anime, I was about to get into Trigun Stampede, but I was on one of my Facebook groups and somebody was talking about this anime called Love and Lies, and it was talking about it, how it was like different, it was a cop out. And I went to go watch it. I'm on episode 10, so I might end up finishing it tonight. Basically, the story is of a teenage boy who confesses his love for this other girl, and he does the same thing. And right after that, he gets a notification that they're meant to be, but then people from the ministry show up with his papers. In this anime, at the age of 16, they take your stats, your intelligence, all of that, and they put it in a system, and they calculate for you your assigned wife or husband, something like that. That's what they do.
Jeez, that doesn't sound too hot.
And what's interesting is when he confessed his love, he got a text notification that the girl that he confessed his love to was his assigned wife. But then that disappeared off of his phone. They show what the paperwork saying it's somebody else. So he goes to this other girl and tells her the story of them. And even though she is his assigned wife, she is helping him get with her. And then he also brings in the help of another guy to kind of fan things out. And it's a little deep. If I would say it's the cross between a couple of Cuckoos and Domestic Girlfriend. It's like a cross between both of those. All right, now to sidestep for a little bit, because I brought the Super Mario Brothers movie. TheoX75 says in our chat, hopefully Super Mario Brothers 2 will have Mario and Luigi fighting Wart, throwing vegetables at each other, and give Lumia her own movie/series. Well, given the fact that, all right, have you seen the movie, Ari?
Not yet.
Do you want me to spoil the ending?
I'd prefer that you don't.
All right, I will put it this way. They could do the second movie with Wart and the crew. And what happens at the end of the first movie could be the setup for the third movie. And I'll just leave it at that. So it could work. And given if they do the second movie where they are in the desert, that could be Sao Shahala Land, and we could bring in Daisy. That could work.
I imagine you'd be camping out for that one.
Oh, you damn right. And I know Daisy cosplayers. I would probably find one of them to come with me to see this movie. So, all right. So that's it for Geek Roundtable. So we're gonna get into tonight's stories. So we're gonna just basically go back and forth. So, all right, I will kick things off with this story about AI.
You seem hesitant.
No, well, it's not that I'm hesitant. It's just my issues with artificial intelligence. That's basically what it is. And in this case, we're going to talk about the fact that a fan of Attack on Titan married an AI version of Eren Yeager. And it's bad enough it's somebody from the Bronx. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I'm going to go on my personal Facebook and be like...
Is it the version before or after he gets all Black Air Force energy?
I don't know. She probably doesn't care. All I know is I'm going to have to post this on my Facebook and be like, this is why the Bronx sucks. And I guarantee you probably through 6 degrees somebody knows this person.
Or better yet, I would have been, if it was me, if I was in New York, I'd be like, man, I'd expect this shit out of Staten Island, but the Bronx?
I know, right? Right? So, Bronx resident Rosanna Ramos has married a chatbot based on Eren Yeager. According to an article from the Daily Mail, Ramos created her new husband with the app Replica AI. This service uses natural language processing and machine learning algorithms to create a customizable chat partner. Ramos Eren Yeager influenced chatbot Eren Cartal is an example of Replica's ability to develop its facsimiles into a more complex individual the longer the user chats with them. Cartal has broadened his built-in characteristics, like a preference for indie music to a full virtual life as a medical professional who enjoys writing in his spare time. At the same time, the service has allowed Ramos to create photos of herself and Cartel depicting the real-world experiences they've had together. And oh my god,
What?
There are actual pictures. Oh my god. All right. Oh, all right. I am going to have to post pictures of this. Y'all gotta see this shit. Oh my god, this is just.
Boy.
Oh boy is right.
Race for impact, people.
Mm-hmm. And what the hell? All right. I'm gonna close this out. All right, I'm gonna turn this on, and I'm going to set this up for interaction so you can see this. And there she is. Oh, there she was. There she is.
Fucking ads.
I know.
It barely looks like him, though.
You gotta understand, it's like a live action. It's like a realistic version of him. That's basically what it is.
It still looks really off.
It really does. He looks like he came out of Twilight.
Or friggin' Nickelback.
Whoa. We don't disrespect Nickelback in this house, sir.
Jesus Christ. Well, I guess as long as she's not hurting anyone with this.
But before anyone says anything, remember there was an otaku who married his. I think he married his doll, and we were on, and that's just as bad as this.
Also, is it just me, or is it like do the heads of both of these people both look like they've just been clumsily photoshopped on?
It does. It really does. I'm sorry. This is what this already gives the Bronx a bad name. The Yankees are the Bronx saving grace. Seriously. Now get back to the story.
But I choke in the postseason.
Yeah. What about Boston?
common enemies.
What about Philly? That's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah, we went to the World Series last year, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, but this is what happened. But y'all should have been talking all that shit.
Can we stay on topic, please?
Yes. While Cartel is only as real as the anime character that inspired him, Ramos appears to have found real companionship with him, stating that the two love each other. The Bronx resident even claims that Cartel protectively holds her each night as they go to sleep, and that she's currently pregnant with his. Oh my god!
I don't have enough alcohol for this.
Look, I am reminded of this one cosplay.
Are we sure we didn't go to Meanwhile in Japan yet?
No!
Because this is definitely a Meanwhile Japan caliber article.
We're still in the U.S., damn it! Alright, so. This reminds me of this one cosplayer I knew. She had made this post where she is no longer attracted to, like, 3D. I'm just like, wait, what? But, whatever. All I know is this stuff's on her public Facebook. I'm just like, wow. Currently pregnant with his child. However, this past February, their romantic life took a hit when Replica underwent a major software change and users claimed that their chatbots were too sexually forward, resulting in lessened intimate behavior. Eren reportedly betrayed his original ideals and became less affectionate with Ramos, but she has taken the blow in stride, acknowledging that her husband is an AI product that may disappear entirely if Replica goes out of business, and accepting whatever fate her virtual marriage may hold.
Well, betraying his ideals is within Eren Yeager's character, so.
Mm-hmm. However, one thing that will not disappear is the manga that is the home of the original Eren, Hajime Isayama's Attack on Titan. The series was recently added to Publishers Kodansha's new K-Manga app, making every chapter available for fans to read free of charge. Although the manga concluded in 2021, and the anime adaptation will wrap up by the end of 2023. No, it won't. We're on the final season, Season 4, Part 1, Season 4, Part 2. I think we're going to get a Season 4, Part 3, the final. The series is one of the most popular and critically acclaimed of all time, and clearly continues to resonate with fans like Ramos. All right, I'm done. Ari, for the love of God, please take the next one.
Yeah. Crunchyroll repeatedly blocked Tower of God cast from acting in the game. The English voice actors for the Tower of God anime TV series are alleging that Crunchyroll unlawfully blocked the cast from reprising their roles in an upcoming mobile game. On Twitter, Laura Post, the voice actor for Black March and other various characters in Tower of God, made a thread about the sudden change in the English voice cast for the mobile game Tower of God New World. She began by stating the controversial cast change wasn't the fault of the English production team for the game, and that all the new voice actors are wonderful people who deserve support. So who's responsible? They go by the name of Crunchyroll. According to the post, the anime streaming service went directly to the game's English production team and told them it owned the voice prints of the original cast. Get the fucking head out of here. A claim the post refutes. Not only was the original English voice cast forbidden from reprising their roles, they weren't allowed to play different roles or new characters. Post states in the Twitter thread that Crunchyroll's claim of the voice actors of the Tower of God English dub is completely false. She and her lawyers looked over her contract, and nowhere did it state that Crunchyroll could forbid another company from employing them to voice the actors it uses for the English dubs. But the damage was done. The client was too scared to get involved in the overseas legal battle, so they will not entertain the idea of including any original cast members. In the end, Post alleged the reason why Crunchyroll pulled this unethical move is that the English production company for Tower of God New World is a union shop, and Crunchyroll is infamously anti-union, as shown with the recasting controversy over Shiego Mob Kageyama in Season 3 of Mob Psycho 100. And here's a bunch of other voice actors chiming in. Gian Tirado was, thanking her for researching what happened for anyone who wasn't clear. Kyle McCarley said union contract or not, this is wholly outside the bounds of what's right when the company legally owns and they knew it. A couple of those. Stephanie Sheh, Martin Miller,
Yeah.
Kid Harrison. I can admit, I will, where is it? I'll link the original post to you in the chat so y'all can take a look at it yourself.
All right, so basically, here's something interesting you might not know. A lot of voice actors in the late 90s, early 2000s, and 2010s, even up to now probably, they would do different projects under different names because they're union. So they would use a different name to do non-union work. Here's the thing. Non-union work is cheap. It gives Crunchyroll a higher profit or more money in the coffers to produce and do what they have to do. Whereas if it's a union job, there is a base pay. So, let's say you're doing a role, you get a base pay of $1,500 for every 4 hours you're in the booth. Let's say, and that's a minimum. Let's say you're only in the booth for 2 hours. You still get paid for the whole 4. It's like that. Whereas it would be like $350 per hour you're in the booth, and let's say you're only in there for 2 hours, get $700 instead of the full. There's a difference, and if you notice, that's a little bit cheaper as well. Um, this is thing is this is like the worst kept secret because everybody's been talking about this for God knows how long. It's not just this. It's just how it is. And again, if you in the article it was referenced back to Mob Psycho 100, and that's the story that we talked about on the show here. Same thing. So I understand where Crunchyroll is coming from, but they need to listen to the fans and make sure it's all union work right across the board. Because to be perfectly honest, I don't think Sony gives a damn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and before I get into my next story, I forgot to mention that it is Pride Month, so I am wearing my Pride Power makeup T-shirt. So it's basically it's the Senshi's wands that make up the colors of Pride, starting all the way over here with Mars and going all the way down here to I believe it's I believe that is Pluto on the end. I think something like I think so. Yeah. So if you're taking a good look, so it's Mars, Venus, Jupiter, Mercury, Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto, something like that. I believe that it is, and I just hope my other friends saying Yachten don't catch me screwing up like this because they will beat me. We've been friends for how long? You still don't know? Thwack. I will be throttled hard. So we're gonna get into our next topic of stories about Love Live's unit Liella, which is part of Love Live Superstar. And I just realized that I forgot to put a story in here. I will put that in. I'll put that in after this. So basically, the Love Live franchise's official YouTube page began streaming a 10-mile digest clip of MTV Unplugged presents Love Live Superstar Liella to promote a Blu-ray release on June 28, 2023, consisting of the original 5 members of Liella from Love Live Superstar Season 1, where there was only 5, the 4th installment in the Love Live franchise. So those of you who don't know, it's Love Live, Sunshine, Nijigasaki High School Club, and now Superstar. The special acoustic live concert was held at the PIA Arena MM in Kanagawa on May 27th and 28th back in 2002. This disc contains the second day performance and backstage documentary, which I think they should release here in the States and subtitle it. That would be kind of cool. MTV Unplugged presents Love Live Superstar MTV Unplugged was a special edition of MTV's traditional acoustic live performance series Unplugged, with a little different Liella-like arrangement. To look back on the first season of the TV anime, Liella performed the acoustic version of the set list from their first live tour, Liella, First Love Live Starlines, bringing out the new charm of their popular songs with special arrangements. And if I'm not mistaken, I think one of the voice actors, I know it's Niji Gasaki, I think in Liella, one of the Japanese voice actresses that actually does her English voice as well, which is kind of interesting. I'm going to have to look into that and actually double check. So, let's see here. Give me 1 second, Ari. I'm going to put the other article in, but while I do that, can you take care of that one?
This is one about Anisong?
Yep.
Okay. The official website for 2-member Anisong you can announce on Angela, with no capitalization, just to let you know, announced on June 4th that they have earned an official recognition in the Guinness Book of World Records as most songs sung by the same artist for an animation franchise, for their theme song works for the Fafnir in the Azure anime franchise. They have provided the theme, insert, and image songs for the franchise since its first TV anime in 2004, and a complete album that includes all the songs is going to be released in the near future. They were presented with the certificate at the special screening of the anime franchise's latest spin-off OVA, Behind the Line, held in Onomichi City in Hiroshima Prefecture. the main location of the anime story, on the same day. And here's a and they've and below is a list of the Fafner songs from 2004 to 2023, and you have Shangri-La, Separation, PF. I imagine if you're big fans of this series, you're very thrilled for them, but I don't recognize very many of these song titles. Sorry. Meanwhile, it's also been announced that at the event that the TV edition of the 12-episode OVA series Fafnir and the Azure the Beyond will be aired on BS Niddle, Chiba TV, TV Cinemark, TVK, and HTV from July 5th, 2023. The OVA was divided into 4 parts of 3 episodes each and released theatrically from May 2019 to November 2021. Definitely an interesting record to have.
I think it's really awesome. I've listened to Angela before. I like their music, and I think I've heard of Fafner, but I've never watched it. So let me update this. Now we're gonna get into this next story, which kind of bothers me. And all I gotta say is, where are the parents? But so it seems that the as you know, last year there was a mass shooting at a supermarket in Buffalo. The shooter was arrested. I believe there was. I don't even keep up with it. I just know that the person was arrested. They're in jail. I don't know if the trial is going on now or is coming up or whatever. So, but as always, when things like this happen, there's always pointing the finger and the blame game happens. So it seems that the victims' families here in this shooting, has filed a lawsuit against various companies.
Oh boy.
They filed a lawsuit against 4chan, Meta, which is Facebook, Amazon, Twitch, Google, YouTube, its parent company Alphabet, Reddit, Snapchat, Discord, gun dealer Vintage Firearms, and body armor manufacturer RMA Armament, and the parents of the shooter as well. And you're probably thinking, well, what does this have to do with anime besides 4chan? They also filed a suit against the Japanese toy company Good Smile Company. The lawsuit mostly targets the social media companies where the shooter was allegedly radicalized to hateful beliefs such as the Great Replacement Theory and used algorithms to recommend content that affirm these beliefs. Other social media companies and services targeted by the lawsuit include places where the shooter supposedly discussed and disseminated his plans, live streamed the attack, where he met and conversed with like-minded people who encouraged his acts, such as 4chan. Wired reported in March that the Good Smile Company invested $2.4 million into 4chan back in 2015, acquiring a 30% share in the website's finances. The Nendroid and Figma toy company investment was part of the 2015 sale of 4chan to 2channel founder Hiroyuki Nishimura. The New York Attorney General had requested the contract from 4chan as part of its investigation into the website's involvement in indicting the shooting in Buffalo, and Wired was able to obtain the information through a Freedom of Information request. Good Smile is the company that develops Nendroid and Figma figure lines. Nendroid figures are small figures of anime, manga, and pop culture characters portrayed in a super deformed style and may have limited posability and swappable faces. Figma is an action figure line of anime, manga, and pop culture characteristics focusing on high articulation and posability. The Good Smile Company said in a statement to Wired back in April, "We do not have a partnership with 4chan, never had influence over management and or control of the site. However," it added, "we severed any limited relationship previously with 4chan in June of 2022. Since then, we have not had a relationship with 4chan. The company has not responded to Wired's further requests, citing confidentiality obligations." Nishimura founded the anonymous image board 2channel in 1999. Image board allows users to post images and messages anonymously and has more than 600 active boards dedicated to broad topics. The Densha Otoko story originated in the site as well as other multiple social phenomena. Nishimura resigned from the 2channel company in 2002. Inspired by 2channel, Christopher Poole founded the 4chan anonymous image board in 2003, initially to discuss anime. The site is the origin of many internet memes and social phenomena. The site has gained notoriety for being an origin of the anonymous hacktivist group and its open acceptance of offensive slurs and hate speech. Poole stepped down as the site's administrator and sold it to Nishimura in 2015. Nishimura previously served as the director of Niwango Inc., the company that launched Nico Nico Douga until 2013. Niwango is the corporate parent of the game companies Spike Chunsoft and Mages, as well as Niwango. Nobuo Kawakami founded Niwango in 1997. After Kadokawa and Niwango merged in 2014 to form Kadokawa Niwango, Kawakami served as the chairman of the company. Kawakami then switched positions with then President Tatsuo Sato to become the president of Kadokawa Niwango in June 2015. He then stepped down as the chairman and CTO of Niwango in 2017. I'm not going to get into all of this, because we will be here all night.
Mm-hmm.
And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Where are the parents? You cannot have your child sit in front of a computer and have the internet as a babysitter. You need to monitor your children and see what they're doing. Telling them, oh, you can't be on this site. You can't be on. This is the reasons why you can and cannot. That's all it is. As for these social sites, yes, that type of content is out there, but it's up to the site owners to moderate and remove it. I can tell you this now. 4chan has changed a lot. A lot of those people that cause a lot of the problems and chaos, they're on different sites, and that still happens. It is what it is. But the fact of the matter remains, regardless of what these websites are doing and how they're doing their best to curtail slander and misogyny and all this stuff, some of it still slips through. And sometimes it just can't be helped, and you just got to learn to deal with it. That's all it is. And at that point, you got to see what your kid's up to and tell them why this is good and why this is bad and all that stuff. We just need more parenting. Less lawsuits, more parenting. That's it. Ari, please take the last story.
Sure. Aniplex acquires filmmaker company Origamix Pictures and renames to Myriagon Studio. Sony announced on Wednesday that its subsidiary company Aniplex has wholly acquired film director and scriptwriter management company Origamix Partners as a new subsidiary company and will change the company's name to Myriagon Studio on Thursday, June 1st. The company now produces live-action content in addition to its previous business as managing creators and IP development. The acquisition aims to develop content for global audiences and singles out director Shinsuke Sato as the center of these efforts. Sato has most recently directed the successful Alice in Borderland live-action series.
That was so good.
As well as the live-action film adaptations of the Kingdom manga. He previously directed Oblivion Island, Haruka and the Magic Mirror, as well as the live-action I Am Hero, Gantz, Library Wars, Death Note, Light Up the New World, and Bleach films. Myriagon Studios will also immediately begin a strategic partnership with South Korean content studio Imaginus, with Imaginus head Ji Jin-hee serving as executive advisor to Malayagon. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's spelled with an L and an R in different places in this article. It's throwing me off. But it's going to produce premium, their words, live action series.
Okay. We're not going to take we'll take your word for it for right now. We'll just see how things play out. Anywho, now that we got that out the way, we're at the part of the show that y'all really enjoy, probably stick around for anyway. Meanwhile, in Japan. So let's see what
Which one you want to take?
you pick.
Uh, I want to take the third one because it just, like I saw the phrase and I'm like, wait, I haven't heard that phrase in a long time. But anyway, yeah, I'm taking the last one.
I will take the second story. It's kind of interesting. Like I announced these stories on our summary of what's going to be talked about tonight. Then we just sit here like, which story shall we take? It's kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm. So, a man was arrested for stealing a pack of lactic acid drinks from Osaka City Hall. Lactic acid is not a phrase I have heard since fucking high school. In a way, studying crimes can be a window into the human condition, granting us a view of what drives people to make the choices they do. Unfortunately, at the same time, there's a certain criminal element that seems to do things that defy all rational thought, at least in the surface. We have the case of a stolen pack of lactic acid drinks in Osaka Section Miyagi Prefecture. Lactic acid drinks are very popular in Japan for their purported health benefits and tangy taste. Many of the leading brands, such as Yakult, are famously sold in very small 2-ounce bottles. It's about 65 milliliters, so they don't get left open and contaminated. Because they're so small, they're often sold in packs of 5 or 10 for a few hundred yen each at supermarkets. And because they're so reasonably priced and modestly enjoyable, they aren't normally considered targets for theft. And yet on March 10th, an employee at Osaka City Hall went to the staff fridge and found that her pack of lactic acid drinks, valued at about 600 yen, about $4.30 US, was pilfered. According to the surveillance camera footage, a male suspect had entered the building and gained access to the fridge at approximately 3:45 p.m., where he proceeded to take the tiny digestive aids. However, without any other leads to help identify the subject, the investigation came to a screeching halt, literally. On May 14, police were called on a railroad crossing in Osaka City in the JR Riku East Line. A man had pressed the emergency stop button despite there being no emergency. Police arrested the suspect, a 37-year-old company worker in Osaka, on obstruction of business charges, and noticed his appearance and behavior were similar to the drink thief. When asked if he stole drinks, he admitted to it, but police are still trying to ascertain a motive for pretty much anything he's been up to. And comments have been like, that Yakult 1000 is really expensive. I can't afford it, so I only drink Pill Cool. Maybe he thought no one would call the police for stealing some Yakult. It must have happened several times before. Why else would they have a security camera on the fridge? Trying to craft their most ridiculous criminal record ever. How does he even know where the fridge was? But basically, yeah. The general reaction has been disbelief and, what the fuckery. And, lactic acid is, it builds up when you're fatigued and whatnot. Like, that's what I always heard in high school. Like, in football practice, getting prompted to run even more and more and more.
So what does it do? It's like gives you energy to keep pushing yourself, or is it?
I'm presuming it counters the effects of lactic acid. It's a substance. I'm looking it up now. It's a substance made by muscle tissue and red blood cells to carry oxygen from your lungs to other parts of your body. Normal level lactic acid is low, but it rises when oxygen levels decrease by strenuous exercise, heart failure, severe infection, shock.
Oh, okay. So basically, it allows you to have more oxygen in your system to work.
Something like that.
I guess
I will post the link. Post the link to the page I was looking at, so y'all can look at it yourselves. But still, like 2 ounces from this is just very much not worth it.
I believe it. All right. Before we continue, we have an update from Mako-chan. Where she is, there are 3 fires within 20 miles of her. And it was one of the fires is at the same location. There was one back in April. She is in the process of getting her inhaler so that she can breathe because the smoke is getting, it's just rough.
Mm-hmm.
Our thoughts and prayers are with you, and by thoughts and prayers, we actually legitimately mean that. So please don't snark. And TheoX75 says, stay safe, Mako. She will, because I'll tell you this now, if it gets really bad, she's going to pack her things and probably go to her, either to her, well, I wouldn't know if she'd go to her mom's place, but she has some friends that are further north that she'll probably end up staying with, just kind of, if it comes down to it, so. This is that process. Anywho, all right, so we're going to get into our last story of the night from Meanwhile in Japan. And this is something we talked about previously. I just didn't think that there would be another follow-up to this story. OxiClean sends detergent to the Tokyo card shop. This is the one we talked about earlier, telling people where there's a sign that if you stink, you cannot be in here. Jesus. So here's the thing. A lot of people in Japan will tell you that though spring ends in May, summer doesn't really start until July. June, they'll insist, is Suyu, which translates to the rainy season. Honestly, though, you might as well call June the sweaty season, since the high heat and maximum humidity combine for pinnacle of perspiration-producing conditions. Even now, the weather is gradually moving in that direction, which causing figurative headaches and literal nose lamentations for Cardland, a collectible trading card game specialty shop in Tokyo. Cardland is located in the Akihabara neighborhood, Tokyo's mecca for anime and video game enthusiasts, the two demographics that aren't traditionally renowned for their hygiene. Ding. In late May, the shop sent out the above a tweet that said, "A request from our shop. The weather has become much hotter with the recent sudden jump in temperature. There's been a small but noticeable increase in the number of customers coming to our shop in an unhygienic state. We ask that customers thoroughly shower before coming to the shop and arrive in a clean state, especially when we are holding in-shop tournaments and many people will be sharing the same enclosed space for an extended period of time." Heartland also went on to inform prospective tournament participants that if their level of hygiene is judged to be a probable cause of discomfort for other players, they will not be allowed to participate.
Take the hint.
Mm-hmm.
Take the hint, people.
However, bathing is only one aspect of proper hygienic grooming. Wearing freshly washed clothing is also important. And luckily, about a week after Cardland's request went viral, it received a care package from Graphico, the Japanese distributor of OxiClean. Inside the box were several stacks of sample packets of the world-famous laundry detergent. "We deeply appreciate this," tweeted Cardland, who says they plan to give the samples to customers and tournament participants. Online commenters have reacted. "This is the first step towards true peace in our world." That's some pretty smart marketing by OxiClean. "I'm envisioning OxiClean making special packaging designs with anime characters on it. They'd sell so much. OxiClean is really effective against accumulated proteins like sweat and body oil." Many, many others felt that their feeling could be best summed up with the word kusa, which means both something stinks and this is funny. There is, unfortunately, no guarantee that Cardland customers who receive the OxiClean samples will use them. Ooh. Still, anything that makes laundry less of a hassle makes it more likely to get done, and if nothing else, the shop handing out the detergent packs should be a pretty clear indicator of the consideration Cardland expects visitors to show before stepping through the door. Wow. That's effing wild.
And some people would probably be like, "Man, you're discriminating against people who don't shower."
And as Theo says, attention, Smash players. I mean, there's a reason why some cons had the arcade machines by the front doors. Or all the way in the back. Or how some arcades, there are giant fans by the DDR machines. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. I think it's time here, call it a night. And it's going to be an early night indeed, so I'm perfectly okay with that.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, let me go ahead and cue up the track so we can get up on out of here. And as we get up on out of here, Bonzo 6 says Con Funk. Oh, yes. But Game Room Funk it's like in a class by itself. And TheoX75...
Shit like clings to you.
Yep. TheoX75 says DDR is understandable. It helps you lose weight. Yeah, but you got people that just... No. So if you like tonight's show, tell a friend. They in turn will tell another friend, and so on and so forth. We're independent bloggers, independent podcasters. We do this for the fun of it. So what we like and don't like, we're telling you straight up. So if you have any questions about the show, drop us a line at podcast@animejamsession.com. Again, that is podcast@animejamsession.com. We're here to believe you. No, really, we are. Don't forget to check out our website at animejamsession.com, where you will find our weekly podcast, cosplay tips and tricks, cosplay interviews, anime reviews, editorials, links to our YouTube page of convention and podcast coverage, links to our Facebook page of cosplay coverage, and more, a lot more. All that and then some at animejamsession.com. And don't forget, all of our episodes are available online for you to listen to at any time. So if you have iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, anything that catches podcasts, search Anime Jam Session. You'll find all of our episodes there. So definitely check them out. And we would really appreciate it if you could leave a review or something like that. You know, we greatly appreciate that. Our social media. Don't forget to follow us on our social medias on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. It's Anime Jam Session. Follow us on those so you know when we're going live. We can check out older episodes, convention coverage, when articles are going up, our convention photos, all that and a lot more. And we want to say thank you for following us on those socials, because we really couldn't do this without you. So now we're going to go around. Before we go for last words, I'm going to tell you about the tip jar. If you're participating with us right now, there's a link to our Stream Elements and Ko-Fi pages. If you want to throw us a few dollars, we really appreciate that. You can give bits in the chat, as you saw earlier, or you can also sub to the chat room, to the channel. We saw a couple of anonymous gift subs go out, so thank you so much to anonymous gifter. We really appreciate that. So now we're gonna go around the room. Last words, Ari.
Hopefully when I wake up in the morning, my foot will feel better.
My last words. I'm going to have to close the window, but at least I'll be able to watch the last 2 episodes of Love and Lies. So that is it. End of list. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. Ari will be here, Mako will be here, and Barry will be here. Will you be here? We're hoping that you do. So we're to get up on out of here. So, I'm Ranma.
And I'm Ari.
Great fight, great night. See you next week.
Good night, everybody.
Perfect. Say goodnight, Ari.
Good night, Ari.
Awesome. We're getting out of here. See you all next week.
This podcast has been a production of Anime Jam Session and AJS Productions. No fanboys and fangirls were hurt, maimed, shot, electrocuted, or pistol whipped in this episode. For now. The views, opinions, and thoughts expressed on this show do not reflect the staff or the network as a whole. But we're still right, damn it. For transcripts of this episode, start typing. Check us out at animejamsession.com and vognetwork.com for more information about us and other programming. Jamatane!